The year of the snake in 2025 was a year of release, right? Of shedding the old skin, the old wounds, peeling it off, letting it die, letting some relationships die quietly, letting the energy, giving the energy its space to move. It was the year of the snake was a time to sit in the shadows, to sit in introspection, to sit in the cave. And I know a lot of you who have been doing this, and I did this perfectly. Well, I mean, there was nothing perfect about the year of the snake, because it was all coming up to the surface, and there's still a lot coming up to the surface. But jump to the year of the horse, which is right now, February 17, 2026 is the beginning of this. This is all about movement, momentum, change. It's all we're not hiding anymore. We're not hiding in our cave anymore. The fire horse. I mean, there's 5 elements in each of the animals. The fact that the fire comes with the horse, those are 2 very wild, if you can think about that, right? This is a movement energy. This is we're not sitting anymore energy. And if you think about it, this is not like waiting for permission or waiting for validation anymore or approval. This is just going for it. And if we look at the Western Zodiac, if you look at all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, these 3 signs, there is no sitting around. Although I'm Leo, Sagittarius, there's no sitting around. And these are impulsive signs, spontaneous. They roar, or they travel, or they move into, they impulsively open businesses, or this is that kind of energy. In this year of the horse, the fixed signs, which is still Leo, by the way, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and I always forget this. Aquarius. Okay. These 4 signs are gonna be in full resistance mode, because they're fixed is like you're more grounded, right? So change is a little bit more challenging, just a little bit more challenging, a little bit more triggering, let's say, for the fixed signs. Water signs are going to have a ride of their life, let me tell you, right? Like, think about it. Fire, water puts out the fire for sure, but the fire is like going to force a lot of change in water signs. There's going to be a lot of emotional breakthroughs for the water sign. It's it's all done. It's all an evolutionary process in the end, right? So water signs would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So if you're a fixed sign, you're like everything. It's all good though. Don't let's not attach too much to these things. We're just having fun here, right? So before I get into talking more about the fire horse, I want to do the evolution arc so we understand this, right? So if we do like the year of the snake, and then we go into the year of the horse, and we could see how this evolution is going to happen. Right? So the year of the snake, like I said, it's like this release of trauma. A lot of people cut cords. A lot of people had silent realizations. We had like these moments where we were in our cave and we're like, I don't know how many times I did a moment in this past year. Sometimes I shared it with you, and sometimes most of the time I didn't. I just shared it with my phone so Big Brother could hear me. But otherwise, or I wrote it in a journal. It's just like this. The year of the snake felt to me like an emotional detox. right? Because we were more silent, the snake is silently slithers into the tall grass, right? he's not like I'm a lion, hear me roar kind of energy. Like us too, as soon as the energy emerges, we see it, we feel it, and then we shed it, right? We have to move through these energies. It's not like the snake came around and was like, oh, let's just shed. No, we went through it. In the grass and in the water and on the mountains, we went everywhere, right? We really went everywhere with these emotions. And a lot of us have not fully moved through these emotions, and that's okay, right? But the thing is, with the horse, the only thing with the horse is that if some of you avoided the shedding in 2025, the horse will drag you. That is the difference. Like the year of the snake gave you that year to, okay, let's just face these mirrors, just face these things and these energies, right? Sit where you can, go in the nature, go in wherever you want, but this has to come up. The horse the horse we know is a compassionate animal, of course, but the fire horse is all about speed. It's all about movement. So he's not sitting with you like the snake did. He's like, we're going, right? So this I'm going to talk about this a little later, because that could be there. It's here where you're going to see that there's going to be a little bit of resistance, and some of the animals here are going to have a harder time, right, moving through this year. But there's a lot of good too coming, right? So now we jump into the horse, the year of the horse, right? We've all done all what we needed to do with the snake, and now we move into the year of the horse. And this is like where the snake was more private and more secluded, the horse is more public, more recognition, more hello, I'm here kind of energy. So that's going to be to me, it's like a polarity, right there, because everything is in, and this is like, oh. So like a lot of bold decisions are going to be made this year, from you, from people around you, from other external forces, perhaps. You're going to feel a lot more this, and you're going to feel more what is it, like diving into, like taking risks. Like you're going to feel that momentum. You're going to be like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing this kind of thing, energy, right? The horse is going to be like, yeah, let's do this. The horse is not going to let you go into your cocoon anymore. So with this fire horse being movement, right? Every time I think of a horse, I think of chariot energy as well. Like, okay, let's move, let's go. Like, what does moving mean? Moving home, moving to a new country, moving to a new city, changing where you are living right now, like changing things up, travel, relocation, exactly, all of that. Moving because your career, there's a career opportunity in another country. So you're like, okay, this is the year that once you bring it up to the surface, the fire horse energy is going to like push you. It's not going to make you question. So that's a kind of interesting year for a lot of us. And yeah, with that comes this need to, open new businesses, open new communities, open new centers, open this desire to share what you've been through, maybe creating a YouTube channel, like whatever it is, like, and the fire horse is gonna, of course, encourage you. But the fire horse also brings impulsive choices, which is kind of a good thing, because I kind of like the idea of stop overthinking, right? Like just put you into spontaneity mode. Like yes. It's like a yes year. Let's do it. Okay. And the consequences we'll deal with after. So that's kind of a beautiful thing. This is not a quiet year. I'm not seeing, I don't see this as This is a very visible year. This is like a look at me year, or look at us year, or let's just, let's make these dreams come true kind of year, which is beautiful, but it could be tiring too. So let's go. I'm going to continue. I've written things down because, I am a tarot reader and not a Chinese astrologer. So the fire horse energy, the gifts of it. I'm going to talk gifts and wild cards. Gifts are, the amazing things the gifts that it's bringing this year. And the wild cards are like the reverse of tarot, let's say, right? So the gifts this year is going to bring magnetism, charisma. You're gonna start to feel a little bit more like like outgoing. You're going to feel like maybe, like if I just related to myself, last year I was indoors, people. I had no desire to go outside. Even in the summertime, I had no desire to mingle with people. I had no desire. And so perhaps this year is the total polar opposite. It's going to be like party time or whatever it is, right? It's just the energy. Anyways, you don't have to follow and abide by the energy. It's just you're going to feel it around you in your life. There's obviously with that comes confidence, right? And there's going to be a lot of creative breakthroughs, a lot of relationship breakthroughs. Like breakthrough feels like every time I see a fire, I just picture the fire horse in my head. I picture a black stallion with fire on his mane, running through the fields or a desert. That's how I can imagine it. So yeah, and there's and I don't see him stopping for the whole year. So he's gonna probably travel the whole world, because I don't see maybe stopping to drink water and boom, out again. That's the year. We're getting ready to lift off. And the thing is that there's no stopping. That's the thing. So it's kind of for someone who leads a very quiet life, who's very reserved, might see this fire horse as danger, like this. Oh my God, no. But it's not gonna, ultimately you're the human, you're the avatar in this movie, and you choose your way, right? So the thing with this fire horse feels like career leaps, if you've been working or school, recognition at school or recognition of the job you've been doing, all the hard work you've been putting in YouTube, it's going to be recognized, things are going to you're going to feel, I was going to say feel at ease, but you're going to be put in the spotlight, perhaps some of you. That's the momentum. That's momentum. If you're artists, maybe you're actors, or you're going to win awards, or musicians, there's this kind of energy showing up here for the fire horse. There's obviously physical vitality, makes a lot of sense here because the horse is a physical animal. Very muscular, so there's a lot of that energy showing up that perhaps there's going to be more people running alongside the horse, and the horse will be running with you, whatever that is, what else is there? Less sedentary weight kind of energy, more active, walking, running, whatever, doing things, I can't even think of cycling, active. And with fire always comes sensuality, right? So that is going to be opening up the chemistry, the sensual chemistry coming up, romantic, but more sensuality, which is beautiful because the snake revived the sensuality, right? It's like the Kundalini was awakening that was the purpose of the snake. It was awakening your sensuality, your confidence, your love of body, your love of self. And the horse is okay, now you got that, let's go. Let's go show yourself to the world. And regardless of what you think of yourself or how you perceive yourself or whatever, it's just this your magnetism is on a high. I mean, freaking awesome, amazing. And then freedom. I mean, for me, I just equate horse with freedom. So whatever that means for you, right? For me, freedom to, speak, freedom to be me, freedom to be transparent, freedom to, whatever that is for you, that is what that is. And it's amazing to me. Now the wild card of the horse energy. Of course, there's always like a polarity, right? The wild card is that you might be too overconfident, right? You might, ego comes up a lot with the horse, right? When you are too passionate and too powerful kind of thing, your ego is like, yeah, baby, let's do this. And there could be a lot of ego clashes. And that could be challenging if you think about it in this world setting. So where the fire horse is encouraging us to do, be, like rise up, like, awaken, rise up against or whatever, or for, or whatever it is. There's also that ego, elitist, let's say ego, like coming in and saying, oh, feeling threatened. So that could be an interesting blow up this year. I can't wait to see that. Anyways, with this impulsivity comes like also burnouts. You're burning your bridges too fast. You're hitting a wall. That could happen too, because you're like, move, and then people get addicted to movement, right? But at one point, the universe is like, yo, you gotta, like, that's why we have to find a balance here. And the restlessness, 100,000%. Oh, wow, this is a big one for me. So conflict from brutal honesty. So, because the more your movement, momentum you have, it's harder to stop. So, I'll talk about this in an ego. I'm going to do an ego video soon. You can watch that. So, starting too much, finishing too little. Yeah. So that, again, if you're in a momentum, you're starting this, starting that, doing this, and moving here, going everywhere. And then after, you're not doing anything, right? So this is just something we have to be careful of. Just be, we're all adults here. We have to just be very aware of like the choices we make. Like in the horse reading, I talk about choosing a lane and then staying in that lane and running with that lane. So, which is horse energy, right? It's the same idea. If we choose 10 lanes and we run, we'll never make it, right? We'll just tire ourselves out. And there's emotional volatility, which makes sense in fire, because again, fire, if you think Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they are like, they're the starters and they're like so excited. Like if you think about, so excited to start a project, to share their dreams or go do this, go travel. And then they get tired at one point and they're like, oh, because they put so much energy in that beginning, right? So think about that a little. So, we're not here to, we don't want to, like, how can I say this? We don't want to like exterminate the fire, we don't want to tame it. We need to just learn to ride it. That's the key here. So, like fire, the fire horse is not, it's not seeking validation. You're moving into an energy that is pushing you to your next step, to your next project, to your next relationship. And there's no slowing down. So just learn how to slow down in this as well, because you don't always have to follow his blazing trail all the time. It's for me, I feel like it's what I'm getting out of this: run to what scares you the most, right? Like, let's just go for it. There's no place to hide in the year of the horse. fire horse. It's time to leap. It's time to jump. It's time to go. So I'm going to pull a overall energy just to get, you know, the feeling. I've already talked to you a little bit about it, but let's just pull what tarot has to provide for us here. Wow, that's a nice card to get. The Four of Wands. Aries energy. Hilarious. The Four of Wands is celebration, victory, marriage, you know, enjoying life. The foundation is already set, and now it's time to live a little, right? It's kind of the same idea. It's time to stop trying so hard to establish a career, to get a husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. We're always trying. Like, enough. The Four of Wands, like, okay, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Trust that. You've already established, the pillars are already set in place. The Four of Wands, enjoying life. So celebrating the little wins as much as the big wins. That's nice. Me gusta. Like that. And at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords, which is you in that year of the snake saying, oh my God, no, but I have so much to deal with. I don't know, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I'm not going to listen to the year of the horse. I don't want to do anything else. And this is that. And the Four of Wands, like, absolutely not, dudes. Like, what are you doing? We're here. We're ready. We're ready to fly. We're here. We're galloping. You know, we're not trotting. We're not like standing. We're going. Are you coming? That's the reading. All right. So in the next part is your animal. We'll get it in there. We'll get into that, obviously. And yeah, so I'm enjoying this momentum. This is like amazing. Don't fear the momentum. You know, just run with it. It's a time to jump in the fire and not fear the burning flames. Instead of seeing it, just see it as a new opportunity, right? Like, or see like as, I mean, I've taught you. It's not that I'm teaching you anything, but in past videos we've done like rejection and feeling like being okay with being the villain of a story, and all of that gets you ready for this step. You know, gets you ready for, okay, yeah. You know, so what? You know, the snake got you ready, got you strong enough and got you grounded enough to get ready for this movement. So, are you ready? Check out your animal signs. And also, if you're new here, my name is Sabrina, by the way, and I do tarot readings. You can book sessions with me, and you also can just watch my videos, encourage me, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. I also have Zodiac notebooks on Amazon that are fun and snarky like me. So I love you, and I'll see you in your animals. Bye. If you're a monkey in the year of the horse, this year rewards intelligence. But if you use it as a weapon, you may be exposed instantly. My beautiful monkeys. Outsmarting everyone doesn't equal winning. And this year, with the fire horse, you have the potential to win big. So be smart, not sneaky. Hello, my beautiful warriors of love. My name is Sabrina. For everyone that's new here, I am a tarot reader, Akashic Records reader. I am not a official Chinese Zodiac expert, but here I am. And I have my notes in front of me, so I'll be referring to notes in front of me, but I will be pulling out tarot cards as well. This is what 2026 looks like for you monkeys out there. Monkeys, as we know them as playful and very sneaky, right? We know that. They're very human-like. Right? They have clever minds, very highly intelligent beings, and they work best when they work with integrity. But unfortunately, the wild card of a monkey is manipulation games. right? You're very good at manipulating others to do what you want, right? Whether it's through or whether it's through other forms. And that's just what it is, and that's how you have known. I don't know if you resonate with being a monkey, but monkeys are, like I said, very. They can outsmart and outwit anyone. You know, like if you want to play games with a monkey, like he's going to win you. Whether you like, I kind of like that actually. I like the traits of a monkey. So sneaky. You know, cheaters probably, you know, and in a fun way, like with card games and stuff like that. I'm sure that they are. They're like, you know, as playful as they are, they're very strategic, right? And they probably 10 steps ahead of most people. They've already like planned out their whole future in front of them. They or you know, I just picture a monkey and I see like a human eating a banana, and he's already like planned out his whole like overtake of that banana, right? Like he already knows he's gonna create a scene. He's gonna act like a circus monkey, and then stolen. Boom. That's why I'm saying they're really clever. So I've made it a point to look into what the similar signs of the Western zodiac with the Chinese zodiac. This is not 100% accurate, but it's something that, you know, there's similar characteristics. And the two signs that stand out are Gemini and Aquarius, which kind of makes sense. Gemini, they're both air signs. They're both very highly intelligent, right? The Gemini is the quick one, the more like quick-minded one, kind of witty, you know, like playful, you know, and the Aquarius is more the unconventional and innovative one, the more like rebel one, right? So that kind of makes sense that these two combined with the monkey. Now, we got the High Priestess. This is your, I had to be creative with this, so I wrote Monkey with the card. High Priestess coming in for the 2026 feels like you're needing to really trust yourself, like trust your intuition, trust your higher intelligence. I love this actually, because the High Priestess, yeah, she is, she's not warm-hearted like the Empress. She's cold and reserved. She kind of has that Aquarius and Gemini energy of herself. But there's this, what she is she's, she moves with integrity. She moves with this higher knowing and this higher wisdom that is honorable. And I kind of like that showing up for you, because if you have a tendency to be a little like to get your way in a very manipulative kind of way, and it could trigger you, that word, but that's the word that just keeps coming up. So in a cunning way, you know, in a sneaky way, in a stealthy way, you know, she shows up, and it's like the fire horse is pushing for more valiant, you know, like find a way to win by not outsmarting everyone else, you know, by just winning with your smart, you know, with your intelligence, like keeping it honest, no needing to lie, no needing to like you know, that's what it is. Like, it's a very interesting, it's an interesting sign for me, this animal, the monkey, because as I move through this evolution and I move through this journey, I realize that any little lie, whether it's white or full on big lie, it's like, you can't lie. I can't lie anymore, because I know that there's energies watching me, right? Like there's like my whole team around me going, yeah, you're lying, yeah, and what do you think we're gonna do with that, right? I'm like, there's this this invisible presence around you going, absolutely not. So monkeys might find it a little bit challenging this year, because the fire horse is like gonna expose your lies. If you are of that mindset, if you're like, oh, you know that lies are rampant. You know, we lie about everything. You know, we don't just lie about the big lies. There's like little white lies. You know, oh, did you see this concert? Yes, I did. You know, in 1988, whatever, and you did it. You just want to make them feel inclusive, or you want to feel like, you know, like things like that. Those are little white lies that could show up, that you just want to shut the conversation down, or feel like, you know. So interesting. And the high priestess showing up is like, just like say what you need to say, kind of thing. Like just say what's right for you in that moment in time. You don't need to embellish anything. You don't need to make anything like bigger than it is. Just, you know, be you in the sense of the simple soul that you are. That's the high priestess. It's like clear cut. To me, when people tell me, what's the difference between the ego and the intuition? You know, it's like ego has a big story. You know, it's like, has like, oh, you can't do this because you're going to get hurt. You can't cross the red light because you're going to get a ticket, because you're going to get this. The whole big story going on. And the heart, the intuition is like, can I cross the street? No. That's it. That's your intuition saying no. It's like clear cut. So it's kind of that showing up for you. And I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot. So, let's go into love. It's a playful year. Love. No? Yes. Okay. So playfulness returns this year with the fire horse, of course. It's like excitement. It's a change, right? And you're not against change. It's not like you don't live in a rigid kind of way. You live with enjoyment and having fun, and you know you're always making fun of people. So you're always like playful, and it was funny. So interesting. If you're partnered, watch for sarcasm. Right? Because when you're playful and you're like a monkey, being cunning and sneaky, and like sarcasm is a thing. Sarcasm is funny until a certain point, right? If you're using it to really get under the nails of your partner, then it might turn on you. Your playfulness becomes irritating after a while. So you have to be careful of that. And if something is bothering you, you say it directly. Don't try to like worm around it, you know, like don't be sneaky and trying to like make it come across in a different way. Just say it directly. But that's what integrity is. That's what the high priestess is. She's like, okay, first of all, we're doing love. I did these cards for a reason. Okay. So yeah, that's coming up for you. Power struggles can emerge. Yes. If you try to win arguments all the time, you know, like winning seems to be something that you're attached to. Because if you're outsmarting people, then you always want to win. But what we saw is that the fire horse is going to make you win big this year. So don't have to try to win. So you can lose in a conversation with your partner, or with your business partner, your love partner, your family. It's not like it's like. Actually, it's funny because I admire people who lose. Who lose with dignity, you know? They lose, they're like, yeah, I lost, whatever. Who gives a shit? It's just a game. You know, like that's not possible in our household. My family is like, what? No. So, love, what is a good thing for you? If you're single, you're going to attract Obviously intelligent people, people on the move, people like fiery personalities are coming towards you, which is kind of cool. Okay, is there, okay. So if you're single, you're attracting this kind of fiery personality towards you, but try to be honest all the time. Like, don't be hiding things from this new partner coming in. Be you, right? Be like, you're like, being me is being sneaky, Sabrina. I get it. But, this is you leveling up, right? This is you becoming more integrous. Is that the word? And the Four of Wands shows up for you guys, which is celebration. And this is actually the card that showed up for the year of the horse of 2026 for me. So in love is showing up here. So it feels to me that, let's say if you're single or even if you're a partner, things are going to seemingly feel really good. There's a playful year. It makes sense. They're dancing, they're at a festival, they're enjoying themselves. Like, do things a little bit more flirty and fun. Go out there, be like a monkey out there. Enjoy yourself. Hang off the trees if you want to. Like, play frisbee in the park. Don't just be sedentary, is what I'm getting. And it's the same thing in your relationships. Like, bring that in. Yeah, have fun, man. Go to the amusement park. Go do things. Do things. I'm feeling that is showing up here. I feel like, with the Four of Wands, there's always like wedding proposals, engagements, baptism, like a whole bunch of like whatever, bat mitzvahs, whatever, whoever it is here, let's hear the celebrations coming in. Go to them. Accept the invitation. Do the things. That's what I'm feeling for you in this relationships. But steer away from poking fun at people or lying just to make peace in the relationships. It's that what's showing up with the High Priestess is being virtuous, in the sense like being real. And the Fire Horse to me is that someone who just unfortunately speaks unfiltered as they do, and that's kind of what's coming up for you. So it's beautiful. I love it. Okay, honesty makes you more attractive than mystery. There we go. Your shadow is game playing. So that's it. It's like this year, maybe less of your games with humans. Less, one-upping people. Less comparing yourself and making yourself the better one. That's what it is. The monkey. It's always like, oh, I'm better than you and I can do this better than you. That takes away from your gains and the rewards. Because every time you do that, the universe is like, yo, this is not a competition. like we don't reward, like we don't recognize you if you're lying to get there to the gold. It happens in the elitist world, but we're not going to be mirroring that world anymore, right? We're trying to change the world. So it's an interesting year for you. Be fun. Have fun. Play games, but not like mind games. Right. In career and finances, and also I brought in school for people who are still in school, because we always forget about them. We have innovative breakthroughs. Let's see. I guess so. If you are intelligent, Fire Horse coming in is going to use that for you. New ideas, new strategies. you're going to dominate in innovation spaces. So like if you're, if you are working with AI, or you're working with anything, architecture, whatever, engineering, any of these things, anything. There's always innovation in everything that we do. Even if you're an artist, there's innovation there. So just like what I'm getting is, don't cut corners. Yeah, don't lie again. Don't no need to be sneaky to get your raise, to get your promotion, to get your your grades. You don't have to go and smooth talk anyone. You don't have to do that. This is, to me, feeling like you'll get what you want. You'll get your wins from your sheer intelligence alone, not from all the rest of the blah blah that you bring on. Like you don't need to flower yourself up. You don't need to pretend to be someone else. You kind of be that raw you. And I know that part of you just wants to be playful, and sarcasm is probably part of your nature. But coming from someone who is very sarcastic, it can grate under someone's nerves really fast. And then you could be put in a situation where you're like, oh, okay. Because sarcasm is just truth that it's distorted, right? Like you're not able to speak the truth, so you use sarcasm as a mask. So this is a little lesson number 101 for you. All right. So this is interesting. I wanted to pull the career. Yes. Why has that been bigger than this one? Anyways, career. For monkey. Okay, I'm getting two cards, which I haven't gone for anybody, but we have the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, which is very beautiful, right? Financial independence, clear communication, innovation, new beginnings, like new financial investments, new financial returns, gains, like very beautiful. That's the kind of energy that is very positive, moving forward. I mean, it's freaking awesome. Yeah, fast gains possible. I just looked at that. Exactly. But impatience loses money just as quickly. That's very interesting. Yeah, so long game thinking, like things are getting clearer for you. Whatever you've been doing recently, you're going to find yourself making more money than you had expected. And you might even be, if you are students, you might even move on your own. If you're, you're like, this is Nine of Pentacles. It's financial steadiness. It's pentacle energy. It's very grounded, stable. But through innovation, which I kind of like, that the Ace of Swords showed up. Like through something that is like groundbreaking even. Maybe you're coming up with a new software, a new app, a new something different. Elevating. Acupuncture maybe. It could be healing and that sort, like healing modalities. It could be tattoo parlor, think about it. It could be writing. It could be, there's just so much to look at with the Ace of Swords. It's always a writing tool for me, or a knitting, a yarn, or something. It could be a creative endeavor that you're doing as well to make this money. But whatever this is, it feels like solid. There's victory in it with the victory wreath here. Awesome blossom. There we go. The only downfall, the only wild card that you have is your shortcuts. Like you want to get to the top quicker, or you want to bypass certain things, but it's not about bypassing. It's about using your wit here, using your intelligence, because you have it. So why don't you use it instead of like cutting it short? And like, there's also, if I can even like, if we reverse this is like low self-confidence, because when you rely on being witty and funny and playful and sarcastic, you lose a little bit of that higher intelligence, because you're playing in a lower field, in a lower frequency, right? And it's not to say playful is a lower frequency, but if you're using it in a sneakier way, right? If you're using it to get somewhere faster, then it's like low frequency. But really beautiful energy for you. And the last thing we want to look at is your health and mental overstimulation, obviously. You have too many tabs open, literally and energetically. I love it. So simplify. So overthinking is a big thing for everyone. A lot of us humans, we're always overthinking. And overthinking is where it gets us into trouble, because we create all these scenarios in our mind that don't even exist. We're just creating the scenarios for no reason. Like you've already, like, because the monkey is 10 steps ahead. If you're an overthinker, oh my God, you've just created 10 different scenarios for this. And it's not great. It's not a great thing, because you don't want to be 10 steps ahead. You want to be just living in the step right here. Not even the first step, the now moment, the present moment, and be okay with that. But if you're always thinking how I need to get this, how I need to like be cunning, and how do I need to like work around this so that I get a 10% discount, or I get it like this, it's like your mind is constantly in overstimulation. And you're never at rest, and you're never able to really listen to your intuition. You can never do it because you're always like thinking. And it's like it's the catch-22 of this world. Like people think, oh, the greatest thinkers were always thinking. And I'm like, okay, they were just congesting their fucking bodies with information that was not important. And that's what you might have as a like a wild card for you, is that if you're overstimulating your mind, you have no time to listen to your heart. Yeah, it's a big one, because simplifying your life means rejecting all, like not rejecting, but releasing all this chatter, all the scenes, all these scenarios, just accepting what happens next, right? Because when you live it in the present moment, you're just like, okay, this is it. And if I gallop like the horse, I figure it out. Like the fire horse is not overthinking at all. He's just running to the next location or wherever. He's running to get, not even for water. He's just running. Like that's what's coming up for you. So you're getting this fire horse energy saying, stop, overthinking the next, how to get to where you want to go, and just run without thought. That's a big one for you. All right. So the elements, there's 5 elements in Chinese zodiac. If you're a fire monkey, you're going to be a fucking on fire. It's going to be high energy for you, right? You're going to be like, what? Wanting to do a lot of things. You're going to be, it's a high energy year for you. Look at, like, it's really great, but if you're a high energy year, you're going to have to find ways to slow down, because you can't be on a high for 365 days. That is not even, like, it's not good for your body, right? We need rest and relaxation. So if we already know going into this, you're going to be like on full adrenaline mode, maybe instead of like if you're like people who do like high intensity workouts, maybe change that up and do Pilates or yoga, so that you have some sort of balance here. Because if you're always going to be high, you need to bring yourself a little bit down, right? So find, or do weekly spa moments, saunas, whatever, Turkish baths, whatever it is to just relax you, massage. Earth monkey strategy pays off. Okay, perfect. So for the earth monkey, the strategy is going to work for you. So continue strategizing. But again, like I would say, but this is me, and this is just because I'm doing the reading here. I would always say, try not to look too far ahead, because looking too far ahead, you've already created an expectation. And the way the world is moving, nothing is as it seems. So you will always be in disappointment mode. So try to keep it at a minimum. Strategizing for yourself in the moment, I'm with you. Let's do it. Metal monkey, competitive environment. Of course, the metal monkey always feels like the swords energy to me, and the swords energy is showing up a lot for you. So, you're going to feel like the fire horse is going to make you feel like you need to be always on your top of your toes, always like, doing, being, whatever, acting, like whatever it is. And it's just like, be aware of that. But competition, again, it's tiring to be competitive, but maybe it's good for you if you're an athlete. I mean, that could be interesting. Maybe you need to be in, but this is a competitive environment. So maybe you do, if you find yourself in a very humdrum place, and the monkey will need to be more competitive, like find yourself a job that is like that has higher energy, where there is like, conflict resolution or something that you would prefer. Go for it. Water monkey, intuition guides, decisions. Okay, yay. At least you have your water monkey. It's perfect. When it comes to making decisions, again, listen to your heart instead of your mind, since your mind is probably in your heart always like fighting. So listen to your intuition. And the wood monkey is build long-term ideas. Okay, so that's your little advice for you. And we'll go into the end of this reading by saying what rising up within you. This the health. I already did the health. Yes, I did. Okay, what's rising up within you is strategic wins. So wins are on a high for you. You are going to be winning. It's just, I think what we need to address is your wins will not come through manipulation or shortcuts or overthinking. Your wins will come because the fire horse is delivering them to you, and because you've been very strategic and very smart about it, right? And not because you're outsmarting somebody. That's the little change that is showing up. I kind of like that. Basically, it's like lead with integrity and not with tricks. That's what the whole reading is about. Oh my God. Okay, this is interesting. Monkeys. I know a few monkeys in my life. So monkey, a final message for monkey, please. Oh. The river. The river. Let me make sure. The river is the mirror. I want to look. Actually, you'll be the first that I do is look at it. The river. What's the 34? The river. There's a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation than we planned to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind that you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential, nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. Wow. Okay. So this is kind of what's going on with you, right? Because you're like moving through this transformative phase of your life, where you're moving out of like over mental stimulation, trying to like back away from that, right? And to win with integrity, and to lead with integrity instead of leading with games and manipulation and like sneakiness. So that's a big thing. I kind of like that. In the mirror, you see his mirror, the river, like you're looking at yourself. I like the energy of it because even in the book it says, allow the stream to just push you. You know, just follow the stream. You have no choice. You have no control over where the flow takes you. This is a big year for you, my beautiful monkeys. And yeah, it was a little triggering for me to say always manipulation, because that just feels a little off for me to say that all the time. But it's, you know, it's more like cunning, you know, more clever, right? But with, you know, by gains that are like self-involved, I guess. And it's the one-upping that I think that feels right here. Like, it's the insecurity that's showing up here, that there's an insecurity within you. Even though you're highly intelligent and really clever, there's still this insecurity within you that doesn't think that you can overcome, or you can win without without playing games, right? Like the example I used at the beginning, the monkey trying to get the banana. All he could have done was just go get the banana. But he had like 1,000 like scenarios already like set up. That's like already he's playing in a very low frequency kind of way, right? Instead of just going, hey, can I have the banana, right? You know, in his own monkey talk. That's the kind of energy. Anyways, this is where I leave you. I think this is going to be an interesting year for you. So expect some beautiful wins if done with honor and integrity, which is not hard for you because it's ingrained in you. It's just that I think you enjoy the game a little bit too much. It's all good. Like, listen to the High Priestess. All right, I love you, and I'll see you when I see you. And also check out the other animals, and also book a session with me. You can have fun in there, in those sessions too. I can listen to all your banter and fun. All right, I love you. Bye.